Tell somebody, mind your business. Look at somebody and say, mind your business and leave my business alone.
Hello, and welcome to another episode of Mind Your Business Monday. I am your host, Travis.
And I'm Arletha.
And as always, Mind Your Business Monday is brought to you by On Point Alliance. Here at On Point Alliance, we offer a diversified scope of services, with fingerprinting and background screening being our primary services. To learn more about those services, just visit us. Scan the barcode at the top of the screen, or you can visit us at www.onpointalliance.com.
Yes, we want you to welcome to My Business Monday and walk into this week like a boss. Shut up. I'm sitting up here laughing at you and you messing me up. We want you to tackle the week like a boss here with us at Mind Your Business Monday, your compass for entrepreneurial growth. So we want you to level up your skills from learning from entrepreneurs who have walked in your shoes, who want to share both their personal and professional leadership development with you. So regardless if you're just starting out or already in the game, this is your compass towards success. So if you like how that sounds, please follow us on all of our social media platforms, and don't forget to click the notification bell.
Okay. Hopefully everybody has had a great Monday. I had a good Monday.
I did too.
Did you have a good Monday?
I had a wonderful Monday.
Since we were gone on yesterday, we got a chance to celebrate the birthday girl.
Yes.
She enjoyed herself.
I really did.
And I did the best I could to make sure she enjoyed herself. Because listen, it's not, first of all, God is doing something different. And just, I think women, as far as with you are aging, you just age so well.
Well, thank you. I try.
And, they say you're only 56 one time. So we made the best.
Wait a minute. Do I need to punch you in your head on this show? In public? Huh? What you talking about the 56?
Where did that come from?
From the pits of hell. That's where 46 and proud of it. Okay.
Go ahead.
56.
You
lost your mind.
I thought for sure I said 46.
See, you was doing good. Can't take you nowhere.
I could have sworn I said 46. You sure I didn't say 46? I'm talking hot at me. I'm telling the truth. Either way, we celebrated her birthday on yesterday. And
yes.
As always, was beautiful and glowing more.
Oh, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you can clean it up and call me 56.
I believe it was 46, but it's okay. You just look at it. I'm just saying, she's all right.
Thank you.
We got a good show tonight, y'all. We got another guest on. We're gonna get some more power out to you all. So make sure at this time, if you have not, go ahead and start sharing. If you be so kind, put in the comments that you have shared, and we would greatly appreciate it. You can pop it up on there.
Listen, tonight I'm so excited because it's a unique subject. Okay, and the young lady that's gonna be sharing, when I say, know what she talking about? Y'all thought the last two guests brought some heat. If you don't have your notebooks and your pencils or pens so you can mind your business on tonight, you're doing yourself a disservice, okay? So just buckle up. That's all I can say. Buckle up.
So we're going to go ahead and hop into
the announcements. All right. So for those of you that want to get into business, but trying to figure out what you can do that's going to be cost efficient, flexible, self-paced, a low startup cost, consider a fingerprinting business. So some of you already may be providing like notary services, or you may have a trucking company that you have to keep fingerprinting people and paying for them to be in traffic to go get fingerprinted. We actually can train and certify someone to be in-house that you never have to send them out. If you're a notary, we can help you add this service to your business. There's so many different industries that need fingerprinting that you'll be like a DMV. Right. Okay. So you can scan the barcode. We do offer the ink card fingerprinting as well as the electronic fingerprinting options. And we have financing options for you to purchase the equipment. And just if you're trying to figure out like, okay, who needs fingerprint? I don't care what state you're watching us from. Google fingerprints near me and see how many locations it is. Mm-hmm. That lets you know the demand for this industry. Mm-hmm. Scan the barcode and you or either give us a call and we'll be more than happy to talk to you about your options.
We will. We do definitely want to thank you guys for those who have purchased our book, The Secret Recipes of an Overcomer.
How to transition from defeat to victory. So I'm still standing 10 toes down that this is the first hybrid of its kind.
And is.
Okay. So it's a recipe book. However, we want the authors are the recipes. Okay. They're telling you how they overcame the different challenges. We're talking about from invisibility, codependency, overcoming sex addiction, overcoming past trauma, overcoming weight loss, overcoming the diagnosis. It was a lady who was given 6 months to live. She's talking about that experience, overcoming a sheltered childhood. They're telling you exactly what they had to use to overcome these things and how to apply those different things. Then there's your story. You have a workbook in here, and not everybody is comfortable telling their business to somebody, or you don't have a pastor you can talk to or a counselor you can talk to. Just you and your book walk through these things. They're intentional workbooks to help you sort out your thoughts and help you to become an overcomer. And following that is an actual food recipe that's inspired by the author's story. So, for example, mine as a leader, overcoming invisibility. A lot of leaders experience that. It don't matter what you do, it ain't either ever recognized, ever good enough. You don't get credit for anything, but folks just want to complain. They show up because it's beneficial for them to be next to you. However, they show up sabotagey. And it just make you lose faith in humanity. So with that, I'm talking about how I overcame that. And then my recipe is love glazed barbecue ribs. Ribs protect internal organs, but they also are fragile, right? That's why I chose that particular recipe. So that's the trend throughout this book. Everybody's food recipe is inspired by the story. Get you one today. You can't buy this at the store. Okay, so again, you can scan that barcode that's on the screen right now.
It'll take you there,
and it'll take you there to get your copy. And I want to thank everybody who purchased one. I'm still waiting on a few reviews and testimonials, so please don't forget about that. And then the last book I want to talk about is my freshman book, Encourage Strength from Within. It's a cute book, but it's not for girls only. Okay. So this book helps you challenge yourself to evaluate the issues of your heart, assess the perceptions, motives, and intentions of what you say you believe, renew your mind through the word of God, and embrace the real you. I've sold over 2,000 copies of this. A lot of women's groups, church groups, book clubs bought it by the cases. So get your copy today. All right.
You ready to hop into this?
I'm ready. Locked and loaded.
So it's about that time, guys. About that time for us to bring on our guest tonight. She is the CEO of Ambiance Media Group. And so we're going to be talking about the world of digital PR marketing.
Say that again.
Digital PR marketing.
All right. Come on.
She did.
Can't take you nowhere.
Without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to bring now Miss Farah Saunders.
Come on with it, girl. You know it took him a minute. He had to make sure he got it right.
Anybody trying to mess up her name? It's like Farah.
But thank you so much for having me this evening. I'm excited to be here. Arletha, happy birthday! I didn't know
you.
Last weekend, but happy birthday, girl.
Thank you.
Yes, and thank you for having me on the show.
Our pleasure. First of all, I want to thank you out of your busy schedule, accepting the invitation and on short notice too. She was like, yeah, I'll do it. Especially when you took the time to learn about what the show's about and how it's serving the community. So she's here. I'm sure she liked me and I did a great job presenting this, but she's so passionate about what it is that she does that she wanted to get on and get this information to you all.
Yes.
It sounds like a plan then. So you want to start off by, I like to allow you all to introduce yourselves, really.
What?
So we're going to give you the opportunity to shine before we start picking your brains about the PR business.
Yes.
Yeah. So I started working in the media industry at the age of 17 at Fox 5 Local News in New York City. I started in the sales department, and that opportunity gave me really a behind the scenes of how the media industry actually monetized the shows that will be on air, and any other network shows that would be on air. Basically, you really got to understand how the money works within media. Mm-hmm. Fast forward. That was like my very first internship in New York City, and I was so excited. But I started that internship right before I started college. So all throughout college, I was, working at Fox 5 Local News in New York during the summer, and then like during the school year, I'll be at Fox 5 Washington D.C. Local News, working as like a producer trainee as well.
Oh wow!
And then after graduation, I took a leap of faith and moved to Seattle, Washington. Now, I'm a Brooklyn girl, okay? I was born and raised in New York City, so I don't know really nothing about the East Coast, but I took a leap of faith and I moved to the state of Washington for this great opportunity to work as a digital consumer producer alongside this reporter named Jesse Jones.
Okay.
And they were looking for someone to come in and rebrand him. He was new to the station. He just, canceled his contract at King 5. That was a different news station in the market. Came over to Cairo 7 News, and they were looking for a producer on his team to rebrand him to help him get his viewership up, which viewership will later be equivalent to us getting more sales, us being able to close more businesses to advertise on his platform. So I was able to take a minute and like really understand what his audience wants from him, what's missing, where are the loopholes in the market, what can he do to like improve his engagement both online and on air and offline. And from there, I started understanding the world of digital marketing. So for a long time, I thought I was going to be like in front of the camera as like a reporter or anchor. I learned really fast that I don't really care to be in front of the camera. I actually enjoy being the producer because that's where everybody calls the shots, right? And I was able to really understand what it really took to build a personal brand from the ground up and really how to monetize someone's name online. And after, getting that experience and graduating from American University and then studying at the University of Washington, I later began to pivot. I decided to take a pivot and leave the newsroom because of the crazy hours, but leave the newsroom and work for different agencies and firms that specialize in helping businesses grow their brands. And I've been able to work with so many e-commerce brands at this point. It's really hard to keep up, but brands like Lyrically Correct that's sold in Target, Walmart, where else are they sold at? Target, Walmart, online, Amazon, brands like Hollywood Beauty that's been around for 30 plus years. They're owned by House of Cheatham. Brands like Kuza, you've seen their stuff, in Wegmans, you've seen their their beauty products in Target as well. Taylor J, phenomenal clothing brand as well. You've seen her stuff too on Stitch Fix, which is a $1 billion fashion brand marketplace as well. So I really was blessed enough to take my experience from in the newsroom to starting to help e-commerce brand owners really scale online. And so it's been a phenomenal journey. It's been a lot, but I'm here.
You've been busy.
Now, I told you I wasn't trying to big her up. Like, y'all better have some pens and paper, okay? Because we talking about somebody that have seen all aspects of digital PR.
Yeah.
And she's going to tell us what they don't teach you when you paying for these courses online, when you're Googling and trying to process all of this information, and those mentors that they gonna give you just enough to continue to need them instead of helping you flourish and spread your wings, okay? Because she was in your shoes before. She was in my shoes before. Because y'all just watch. You see what y'all been watching us trying to do our thing and operate in excellence, and I think we've been doing a good job.
I know we have.
But give us a good 90 days. Watch what's finna happen. Okay?
We've been doing the best we can.
Listen,
I know we get ready to
thank you.
Getting ready to jump into the first question. When you said Seattle, Washington, you made me think about my brother-in-law who moved there. And he said it just rained all
year. I went through a Great Depression.
See, I knew she was saying
He said that too. He said that too.
I went through a Great Depression. Man, I used to just go to the gym every morning just to uplift my spirit, just to be around people before I got into the newsroom, because working in the newsroom, hectic, busy, different personalities, working overtime, and then you also come home to no family but rain and darkness. It'd be 3 p.m. and it's dark outside. I'm like, I'm ready to move back to the East Coast. I moved to Cali.
Right.
And I went to Cali, and then I got into PR. So
okay. So that's where you are now.
No, so I'm actually 20 minutes outside of Washington, D.C. So I'm in the DMV area. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so I live quite a few places. I was never afraid to like just take a leap of faith and just travel places, live in different places.
Well, you were gathering as you went, and it led you right here. So we are excited about that. And now we're going to go ahead and get our first question for the night up. And that is, what are the key elements to building your brand story online?
Yeah, so I feel like I can. It's a long answer to this question, but I will say this. When it comes down to the key elements of building your brand story online, I think people really forget to be authentic. And I know that sounds cliche in a sense, like everybody is saying it nowadays, but really, I think a lot of people forget that it's not about having the fancy background. It's not about, being politically correct or making sure that you don't stutter or say or like it's not about having like the perfect speech, but really it's just about you showing up as yourself and sharing your story with people. Because the thing about it is that social media is so funny. It's like you want to see people's highlight reels, right? And you low-key want to see people win, but at the same time you also want to see, like, did they ever lose? They haven't even taken L's, Right. And I think it's very important for brand owners, whether you are a personal brand or building your personal brand, meaning like you probably have like a service-based business, you may be a coach or consultant, or you're e-com brand owner, where your products are mainly, generating revenue, and then you're building your personal brand on the side. I do think that is extremely important for you to share with people your losses, share with people and be honest about you not making any sales today, or this month I had to borrow money for payroll to, help my team, or this particular client or this particular vendor canceled their contract. Like, I think it's very important for you to be vulnerable with your audience, because the more vulnerable that you are, the more they will connect with you and want to actually support you and feel like they're on the journey with you. And a lot of people forget, they think they have to have this like glitz and glam put together page, put together story in order for people to support, when really people just want to know, are you just like me trying to live and life and be life, and for a lot of us, right? So I would say that's one. I would say the second thing is making sure that you're stating like your purpose, right? Making sure you're really stating your why. Whether you are a mom, right? I have one brand that I work with now. Her brand is called Mellow Baby. And she was a corporate mom, very successful woman. But after having kids, she realized the skincare products on the market wasn't really made for melanin babies, right? We all know Johnson & Johnson, but it's like, why can't she be the next Johnson & Johnson for melanin kids, right? Her story resonated with so many moms. So she shared the frustration of skincare shouldn't just be for as you get older, like as you become a teenager into adulthood. It really should start at birth. It really should start at 0, right? So she shared that story, and she was able to connect with her audience and be able to, sell out her products and get a lot of PR features, right? Because she expressed her purpose and her why. And then the third thing I would say is really important about building your brand story online is consistency. I think that we all struggle with showing up every day. We all struggle with posting every day. But the thing about it is that don't feel as though you're repeating yourself every day. There's so many ways to talk about. There's so many ways for you to talk about your one subject. And you also have to understand that everybody that's following you are not seeing your content due to the algorithm. And then on top of that, you are getting new eyes, right? You're getting new eyes on your page all the time. So it's okay for you to talk about the same thing over and over, just in different ways, and reminding people where you've come from. What else have you taken? What is your purpose behind what you're doing? So those are the key elements I think people should really focus on when building their brand online.
That's I'm sorry, go ahead.
I was just saying that it kind of stuck out to me because I watched several. There's one lady, a young girl in particular, and it was like puzzling my mind on YouTube, like how many followers these people are getting. And I'm like, I watched it. It's like they go to the gym. I'm going to the grocery store. I'm going to the mall. I'm going to a restaurant. I'm folding clothes. But you got 1,000 people just watching you fold clothes. And it's just like, what is this? But it has to be working. To me, it's like, man, it's boy, like, I want to sit around and watch you fold your clothes. But then it started clicking, like it was almost as if we're in the house together and we just dialoguing. You know what I mean? So I thought about that when you said that whole there's a method for the madness behind all of it.
People feel like they're there with you, like especially if you ever watch videos where they're just doing things, where it's just like videos of them doing things or the scenery or whatever, and they have voiceovers. Like people feel intimate. People feel like, okay, yes, I'm watching it from a screen, but I feel like I know this person.
Right.
I feel like I know every aspect of their life. And that really may not be the case, right?
Right.
But the thing is, people buy not off of the product or service, people buy off of emotion, right? They buy from people. So what you're really doing is selling, you have to sell the person.
Right.
And, there are so many business podcasts. There are so many PR reps. There's so many sales reps. There's so many fitness influencers, but people are going to resonate with people they feel emotionally connected with the most, and they're going to buy from those people.
Mm-hmm.
A couple of things were provoked to the point Travis was making. We have to get out of our way, because people like us, like, who want to see me fold my clothes? So I automatically assume nobody wants to watch. But they may want to see how husband and wife interact with each other. We used to do something called family meetings where
Mhm.
like we'll do something silly throughout the day,
Mhm.
and then we'll say a family meeting. It was like pop-up meeting, like this is an emergency. So everybody knows like the kuyo for
Yeah.
come, and then I'll tell what he did or he'll tell what I did, and we kind of duke it out live, and it'd be hilarious stuff.
Yeah.
But people were like really into it,
Mhm.
and
More so than the business part.
yeah, and like we are so private,
Yeah.
Mhm.
and it's like just get out of your way, because it's like you have a brand, you're trying to grow it, but you don't like to be in front of the camera. But
Yeah.
so this show, the second thing that was provoked, they've been watching us. This was one time,
Mhm.
if I had to say I was vulnerable in something, it was this show.
Yeah.
Because we started off first, I would tremble coming on the camera, and like it took me almost 2 hours after to stop
calm down.
shaking. Like, I'm not exaggerating, I was so nervous and freaking out, and I just sit there and smile.
Like somebody had a machete
Yeah,
behind us saying, "You better
like
talk this
it was
shit."
really bad. I'm paying attention to my voice, how I talk, and all the things. And one of my business coach was like, "Girl, just do it." And
Yeah.
so I'm a person, if something scare me, that's what I push myself to do.
Yeah.
So then I thought about, because I'm organized, I love things polished.
Mhm.
Well, it don't look like this, it don't look like that. We just did it. I did the best I could. We
Mhm.
learned from that first season. We
Yeah.
came back, revamped, got better cameras, started. And so they've been watching us with our bloopers. They've been watching us find our way.
Trying.
And so it's like, hey, we're growing with y'all. So y'all watching us, because one day everybody gonna know what this show is. Okay.
If you think back to and sorry, I don't mean to cut you
No,
off.
you
No, go
fine.
ahead.
But if you think back to Earn Your Leisure, right? If you look at their old videos, like when they first started, how their setup was, you were like, okay, people were still locked in. People didn't care about the setup, the aesthetic, the people just wanted to come on or listen for the knowledge, right? And then now they're, big time. They got the whole studio and they go to people and they have the fancy setup, the fancy cameras, but they didn't start out that way. So that's what I mean by like, people want to grow with you. They want to see the behind the scenes. They want to see you struggling. They want to see you winning, right? Because then they could say, yo, I remember when they, had the green backdrop with the headphones, nervous, and Travis was like trying to, help her shake her out her nerves and stuff like that. People remember that. And then that's really how like you grow, an audience, and they follow you, and you can host events and so on. So that's awesome.
The last thing I'll say is I would just encourage anybody, like right now it says 0 watching, but when we end the live, 40, 50 people was view the show. Then I started, because at first it was a little hard, because when you spend hours putting this all together, I went on and did some research and found out me was doing 16 people's job in putting together this show. You didn't work behind shows, so all the moving parts. I put in, I put in a description of our show, what roles do I need to implement this show? 16 came up, and when I read what they do, I was doing all of them. Okay. So I said, you know what, to do this, and it looked like only a few people watching, but I know one of them, but the Lord told me, no, go look at your analytics, where 93 people actually follow you, and a few people watched.
Yeah.
200 and over 280 something people actually have been tuning in, staying on for 3 minutes or longer. So it just encouraged me, our percentage of who's watching, the male versus female, our client avatar, our target audience. So we're doing it. We just got to stay focused and keep putting it out there, and just know that we're doing what we're supposed to do.
And I always tell people, like, just because someone may have 98 followers or 2,000 followers online, that don't mean that they're not making 6-7 figures. Like I always tell people, look at the analytics, look at your vanity metrics. Your vanity metrics are going to tell you whether or not something is working. Your vanity metrics are not necessarily like your buyers, right? In this case, but your vanity metrics in this case is more so like your listeners, your engagement, how long are people staying on? That's how you know, okay, we got something here. Keep working, and you just have to keep putting one foot in front of the other. Yeah. Really, that's what it is when it comes to content.
Awesome.
That is encouraging.
Yes,
so we're at the half hour mark. We're gonna go ahead and hear from our sponsors, and then we'll come back and jump into the next half. Are we doing okay, Miss Farah?
Yes. You got it.
Yay me! All right, y'all. We'll be right back. What's up, Game Changers? Ready to tap into the heartbeat of all things Mind Your Business Monday? Check out Buzz Circuit. It's your go-to hub for the latest announcements, including challenges, giveaways, the freshest MYB merchandise, special guests, events, and even those fun behind-the-scenes moments we just can't keep to ourselves. Want the full scoop? Don't miss the Buzz Circuit highlight video during our show. And for more buzzworthy updates, swing by our website, www.mybmlive.com. Think of it as your VIP pass to all the buzzworthy happenings in our world. Stay connected, stay informed, and always be the first to know. All right, we are back.
Which I was laughing at.
Girl. First,
happy days.
Look, she said be transparent. Girl, he clicked the wrong video. I said, just play it. Just go ahead, roll with it. Roll with it. And he dancing.
I was like, hey, it'll do. Sweet talking. But then I was thinking, I said, okay, so we got somebody that worked on the TV shows and behind the scenes in the newsroom, so she get to see our stuff. I'm like, what was you laughing at? I saw you.
I was looking at I
saw you.
Real quick.
Huh?
I had to check my phone real quick.
Oh, okay.
And none yet.
Okay. No. So we're gonna go ahead. This is great information on tonight. We're gonna pop the second question up. Why do people sleep on the power of PR?
Before you answer that, can you tell us what is PR?
Yeah. So PR basically it means public relations, right? It's how you communicate with the public. That's the best way that I can explain it. A lot of times people think about PR just for like crisis, right? So, this whole Diddy thing that's happening, like PR is like, not, I don't even want to say in his favor right now. Nothing's really in his favor, but like in the PR world, it'll be like, okay, what statements do we need to put out? Right?
Mm-hmm.
How can we, how can we take out this fire? You know what I mean? Like it's statements, it's press releases. What interviews can we get him so he could clear his name? Right? Like people automatically think about crisis. Okay, we need PR. Right? And in the world of digital marketing and working with brands, that's really not what PR is. PR is really shining a light on your brand in the most positive way possible. I personally, as a PR account executive, as a managing partner now, I never have really dealt with like a brand PR crisis. It has mainly been all positivity, meaning we're positioning the product in the marketplace to get journalists to write about the product or to get the journalists to write about the founder in the most positive light possible. And I always say the best way you can distinguish advertising versus PR is advertising is saying that you're good, right? You're saying that you're good. You are coming up with the creative, you're putting money behind it, and you're pushing it out to your audience. That's your advertising. You're claiming that you're good. Okay. PR is getting other people to claim that you're good, right? Outside of the founder, outside of the team members. So if you have in the space of e-commerce, if you have brand affiliates, affiliate marketers that are talking about your product. That is a form of PR. In the space of coaching, consulting, if you have a Forbes feature that comes out or a Black Enterprise feature that drops about you and your company, that is PR. You have another person vouching on your behalf. Another reason why the main reason why I should say, people sleep on the power of PR, especially within, of course, business, because that's what we're here for, is because there is a indirect return of investment, right? So it's not like advertising where you put $1 in, you make $2, you make $3. You put $3 in, you can make $9. With PR is a long game, right?
Mm-hmm.
So think about your business as a sales ecosystem. You have email marketing, organic social, paid social, direct, you have SMS, right? All those things are working. And a lot of times people are like, okay, well, I don't have to invest in PR. Why? PR is a top of funnel strategy. This is where you get the most visibility. You can get the analytics from that visibility and be able to remarket your products to the people that seen your article on Forbes, to the people that noticed your product online and clicked but didn't make a purchase, to the people that watched a video of an influencer or creator posting about your product or service. Those people who didn't make a purchase, okay, well, let's put money behind this creator ad and see if we could start monetizing it. So it's not necessarily, again, you put $1 into it, you make $3. Mm-hmm. PR is a long game. It's just all about staying in front of people's faces, staying in front of the media. But once people understand that your top of funnel is just as important as your conversion funnel, bottom funnel, brand affiliate funnel, all those funnels are important. Without PR, how will people get to really know who you are and what you stand for? I don't care if it's a local newspaper and it's only like Dallas Voyage, right? I don't care. That is still eyeballs on your brand, your business. You could take that feature, boost it as a IG post, or do a DM for promo on somebody else's community page that has more eyeballs than you on your own page, or followers on your own page, and get more people to follow you, and you can convert those people into sales. So it's a long game, but it's a necessity. Like you need good PR in order to make it in business. I don't care what nobody says.
I have a question. So someone wanted to, because I've heard about the get influencers to, how would they look? How would you approach somebody to even be willing to do something like that for you?
Yeah, so there's a difference between an influencer and a creator. I look at those two people totally different.
Okay.
A creator, they're willing to receive your product or service and create content around your product or service. It is now your responsibility as the owner to put money behind that creative, that video, that graphic, whatever it is, and push it out to the public. You do not depend on that creator to necessarily generate you sales unless there are some form of affiliation deal that you have going on with them. Meaning, if you set up a deal where you create this piece of content for me for this rate, I'll give you a discount code that you can share with your fan base. And that's how you're able to track, whether or not this creator is able to convert your product or service into dollars, right? An influencer is someone who you're like, all right, I'm really banking on this influencer. If I'm paying them $3K, if I'm paying them $5K to push my brand forward, they better be bringing in me like some serious dollars, right? Because they have the audience, and based on what they share with me and based on the analytics that they've shared with me and based on what I can see on their page, my audience fits their audience. Like it's a great collaboration. So if I'm paying you that $3 or $5K, I'm hoping to break even, or I'm hoping to double that. Sometimes you do not. I've seen it. I'm on the back end of these brands every day. We can pay a creator $5,000 and probably only make $1,000 back. but maybe over time we'll get our money back, but not at that moment. So my advice to new brand owners, even brands that are making already 6 figures, millions, is start off with creators, because with creators, you can pay them a lower rate. You can even invite them to be part of your affiliate program to make money with you and not necessarily have to shell out all this money on the front end before you can actually see some type of return.
That was good. So, what would be a few steps that I can do to prepare myself to start looking for a creator? What are some things that you would recommend
Yeah,
me to do?
there are platforms like Billow. Billow is a great platform to start building relationships with creators.
Is that
Um,
BILLO?
yeah, BILLO.app. Um,
Okay.
so there's Billow. There's also this new platform called Trend by Sona. So if you don't know, the company is Sona. Sona is a photography and videography photography and videography service-based company for e-commerce and personal brands. You can set up a virtual photo shoot with them and they'll take care of everything. They recently launched their new platform called Trend, sorry. And you can basically find creators on that platform to collaborate with, create videos for you for a low rate, and then you can repurpose those videos wherever you want. That's the cool thing about working with creators too. There's not, all these stipulations around like, oh, you can only use my video for 30 days or you can't use my name after 30 days. It's like, no, you created content for me. You agreed to this. I can use it for a lifetime. Whereas an influencer, you probably have to pay for exclusive rights to use their stuff. You have to pay extra, right? So you have Billow, you have Trend. There's another platform called Grin. That's really good. But if you're looking to scale quicker, I would start off with Billow and Trend, and then I will also go to TikTok Creator Marketplace. So there's 4 platforms within TikTok, and one of the 4 platforms within TikTok is TikTok Creator Marketplace, and you can set up a gift giving campaign in the Creator Marketplace. You can start paying creators as low as $75 to create content for you. And then you can repurpose those videos later. So I would start there. And then if you do have a TikTok shop, I would do TikTok affiliate, reaching out to different affiliates that are willing to promote your products and get a commission that way too. So those are like the more low cost, low budget way.
Right.
That was pretty much number 3,
So-
wasn't it?
I'm not sure. But before we move to the third question, so I go to one of those platforms, I go to Billow,
Mhm.
and I find someone that I'm interested in learning more about.
Mhm.
What would be the top 3 questions to ask this person that's indicated they may be? I'm sure it's more, but
Mhm.
3 questions to ask to know if this is a good fit.
One, I would ask for their analytics. I always ask for that. Like, I'd rather not look at your viewership or followers. I want to see how many women versus men you got on your page. What top cities do you are people following you from? How is your engagement over the span of like 30 days? What is your average view time? What are the best days, for you to post? Like, I would really, really like asking for their analytics. Like, yes, the media kit is great. Don't get me wrong. Thank you. I appreciate it. But again, that's just a highlight reel of what's really going on in the back end. So you have the right to ask for real-time analytics. That's one. The second thing I would ask is, is this a product that you want to stand behind? Do you think that your audience, not just you, but do you think your audience will also utilize this? For example, I have a friend that's a creator where she does fashion, but she just did a video on hair care. It's like, is that something that your audience really wants? Like, or is that something that you just want, but your audience watches you for fashion? right?
Mhm.
That's something that you really have to weed out. Like, is it you just want this product for yourself, or can your
Right.
business buy it from you too? And then I would really say, like, the third question is like, what would this ongoing partnership, look like for you? Like, are you interested in affiliate where we may pay you for the first video, but after that first video, would you be open to getting paid out commission and being part of our affiliate program, so that creator can say, okay, I now have worked with this brand long term, and this is how me and this brand is, making money together. It's a win-win for both parties.
That was great information. So as you all are listening, she told you where to go find she made a recommendation as an expert. Start off with a good place to start is those platforms. Go to one of those platforms, find a creator. Once you find a creator, some questions to ask them. There's more, but there are some primary things you want to know. And this is something they email you, right? Their analytics.
Yeah, they can email you, or like if you're talking to them in the DMs, they can share it with you in the DMs. Yeah.
So that's your actionable. Okay, so you just walked away with something that she charged folks to teach them to do. Okay, now is this something, if someone wanted to hire you to provide, this is something your services would cover if I didn't feel like being bothered with it and I want to do it?
Yeah, so we in-house, we set up basically everyone's affiliate program. So it depends. Normally we could, okay. So, and the reason why I'm making sure that I answer this question carefully is because, let's say you have a product, right? Let's say you have an expensive clothing brand that's like, 150 plus, per shirt, right? We could set up the TikTok shop for it, but the sales on that TikTok may be a little slower because it is just a higher price point clothing versus versus one product that's like 20 to 30 bucks, maybe no more than 70 bucks, depending on what it is. That product I know for a fact that product will perform well, right? Because that's just the lower, people go to TikTok for deals. They want it, right? So yes, it's something that we can set up for you in-house. We'll advise what route to take, whether it's both, or whether, let's just set up an affiliate program for you in-house, or let's, utilize the TikTok platform.
Okay. I'm sorry. So y'all heard it. She can help you and you have something special for anybody that's viewing tonight that reach out to you. What are some things that you have special for them?
Yeah, so they can go to the link in bio on my Instagram page at Farah Moniz. And you have 3 options, well 4 options. You have the digital PR playbook, which I believe is like $29, but basically in that digital PR playbook, you get all the templates that I've used in the past, from the press releases to the personality pitches to the product and service-based pitches, how to actually effectively do digital PR monetization on your own. You can also schedule a brand audit with me as well, and get the PR Power Pack. So the PR Power Pack will basically write out everything for you in-house. Instead of you having to write the press release, we'll write the press release. Instead of you having to write the pitch, we write the pitch. And then the brand audit is really looking at your brand from A to Z and looking at your sales ecosystem and understanding, where you're falling short to help you increase your sales.
And they can reach that, like you said, either on Instagram or the link that we had on the right here. So guys, take note and connect so you can go mind your business. Okay.
Trying to help y'all.
Trying to help you mind your business. All right. All right. That was awesome.
I've always been thinking, because it's like, I don't know if this is time to ask questions, but it's like, you think places like Instagram and Facebook, or Instagram and TikTok of course, it's a larger audience. Sometimes I kind of feel a little limited on Facebook. Is that a true thing, or do you agree with that?
No, I think it's just depending on which demographic you want to attract. Right? Facebook it's still it's meta. So Facebook it's still part of Instagram too. So it just depends on like what audience you really want to attract. I love the fact that you all are utilizing YouTube. Definitely continue with that. There are ways for you to also stream via Instagram as well, on that platform. I'm not sure about TikTok as of yet, but I think Facebook is a great platform. It's just depending on what age group. You have to decide that. Which age group do you want?
Right.
Yeah.
That
Okay.
makes sense. That makes sense.
All right. We have one more question, and we probably went into that a little bit.
Did you go into how to monetize how you can monetize PR to make it part of your sales?
I went into it a little bit with explaining like what your sales ecosystem looks like, but to just keep it short, your sales ecosystem, like I said, is your email marketing, SMS, your direct, organic, social, paid social, and then you also have PR, right? Just depending on what type of business that you have. Now, once you secure, like, let's say a feature from Forbes, right, or a TV interview feature, you can now take that video or take that particular article and start running it as a boosted post on your page. I recommend you only do for profile visits. Do not run that boosted post to your website. Do not run it to a sales page, just for Instagram profile visits. So again, people can know who you are, start following you, and actually want to book a call with you or hit you up in the DMs or maybe purchase your ebook or whatever you have in the bio. So that's one way. Another way too is look for DM for promo pages. So if you look at a great DM for promo page, I'm just throwing out there, like the Shade Room, for example. You don't have to use that page. I wouldn't recommend. But let's just say the Shade Room, you can contact the advertising people for that page. Or let's say you're a fashion brand and you go to Fashion Bomb Daily IG page. You can contact them and they'll say, okay, we'll run 3 posts for you on our page for $300, right? They have over 1 million followers. That's still great views, right? But one of those posts is that media feature. So then you could also take that media feature too and put it in your email marketing and say, hey guys, thank you so much for watching. We were just on, Good Morning America for deals and steals. From now until the weekend for Saturday, use the promo code GMA deals and steals to get 30% off of our products. Boom. That's another email going out that you're generating sales on. So people just need to understand, like, okay, even this podcast right here, I can take this video, chop it up into the best sound bites, and start posting it all across the web, through my email, through everything, to generate more sales, because now I've positioned myself as an expert, as an authority in this PR space, right? So I can make money off of this. Like, you're doing me a solid by interviewing me, but I'm going to go and I'm going to repurpose this so I can make more money. So people just have to understand the power of repurposing.
Wow. Book your consultation, guys. Book your consultation so you can mind your business. Seriously. This was awesome, because sometimes just even with that little map you laid out, to even just trying to contact content creators and the difference between an influence and a creator.
Yeah.
I never knew that, and it makes so much sense.
Because some of the ones that we see are trying to do both, or they're doing both, but they may not have the money to, I guess, pay somebody to do it. But is it, I guess, is it good to do both, or is this something you think should be?
What do you mean? Is it good?
Like to be to create your own content versus a influencer, because they're doing both of them, right?
No, so when you're a creator and when you're an influencer, your whole goal is to still push your product or service forward on behalf of somebody else, right? But when you are as a business owner, it's important for you to decide, Do you want to go after creators or do you want to go after influencers? I personally feel like creators, especially in the beginning stages, or even if you're still making millions, in order to save money, I think you should go after creators because there's a lot more leeway. You can pay them, not, everybody should be paid what they're worth, but you can pay them $75 for a video versus an influencer that you're paying $2,000 for one video, get the same quality video, but with this influencer, they're asking you for another $1,000 to make it exclusive or use their name for ads or use their faces for ads, where this creator you just paid that $75, they're like, no problem. Use my name, use it for ads, use it, for whatever, because they honestly, and it's tough to say, but they honestly, I think because they're still up and coming, because they're still trying to build their portfolio,
right,
they're more willing to, be like, that's not a problem, because they want to build the relationship with you and hopefully you come back and grow with them as a creator. Whereas the influencer, think about it, they already made it in a sense.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, that makes sense.
They can turn down your $5,000. They don't care. They're like, nah, that doesn't work for me, because they have other people coming, their way. So
that makes so much sense.
Wow. So we didn't got it again. Another one down.
Mm-hmm.
With Miss Farah Saunders.
Yes. Book your consultations. Go purchase your books. The last thing we want to do is invite you to be a guest on our show. As we always say, here we're not really impressed with who has the most followers, who has the most the fattest receipts. What do you know and can share with us that is of substance that we can log off and go implement? This is a show of action. If you feel unsupported, you don't feel unsupported after today, because we have a whole community who wants to hear what you have to say, ready to implement what you tell them, instead of those folks you've been investing your time and energy into and they don't do anything you suggest. Yeah, all of us guilty of helping those people, right? We actually have people here who need what you have. Scan the barcode to be a guest on our show. We love to have you. We love to support you. We love to help your business grow as you help the community grow, as you help our show grow. You see how that works? Everybody wins. Everybody benefits. Okay. So please.
All right. Well, we want to thank you, Miss Farah, for all of your knowledge that you brought to the community here at Mind Your Business Monday. And it's another one that bites the dust on tonight. And
Farah, can we invite you back next week?
Sure.
Because you had so much to share. This was just the tip of the iceberg. It's so much in so many different areas to go into. It was just too much to cram into one session.
And we don't have to cram.
Right.
We have time.
So she's going to be back with us. Thank you so much for accepting that extended invitation.
Yes, we did.
Thank you.
We thank everybody who have liked the program, shared the program on tonight, and we appreciate you guys. We do not take it lightly.
Yes.
As always, we want you to know that growth does not have to be complicated. Sometimes it's just about seeing opportunities where others don't. Success is a journey, not a destination. So keep moving, keep learning, keep improving. And until next time, remember to mind your business. Until next week, we will see you all back on Mind Your Business Monday. I got it.
Somebody mind your business. Look at somebody and say, mind your business.